Hey guys, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays. So welcome to my first tutorial, bit bite-sized Gimp. I realized that I was going to learn to skill up, with Gimp, with Blender rather. I would also need to skill up in an image manipulating program. So I picked up Gimp today. We're looking at um version 2.10.14. So I am going to be teaching to the 2.10 series. If you are using an older version of a GIMP, to walk with me through the tutorials, I recommend you update to anything in 2.10. And anything, of course, after the 2.10 series, um, you should probably switch to that version. So before going through this, I'm going to switch over to um, viewing my display capture, just to make sure that you can see all the windows that pop up as I talk through things. Today we'll talk through some of the menus that we can see here. We'll also talk to how to adjust your workspace so that you can customize where your docs flow, and you can also see um, uh, where you can open up multiple images at once so that you can work in the program without having to close Gimp out and reopening it. That being said, I'm just going to switch over and give me a moment. I'm going to shut off Gimp, and you'll see a blank screen. Hello, hello, hello. And then we'll go to my display. You'll see my whole desktop. And so you're seeing my OBS. I'm just going to switch quickly to Gimp. And so here we are back in Gimp. So Gimp used to be a multi window tool. That is, all of these were in separate windows, but Gimp changed this in version 2.10. In order to go back to that old feel, if you're familiar with it, you just go back to Windows and uncheck this single window mode. I prefer single window mode, so we're gonna stick to that. I think it's a very cleaner surface, allows everything to be a bit more organized. That being said, so as per usual, going to File, Open, um, opens up your images, and I've opened up two different images for us to look at today. We're not going to really go through them or manipulate anything. The goal today is just to really get familiar with the interface a little bit. And we'll continue that way. We'll progress slowly through many bite-sized videos until we can actually manipulate images. That being said, so I've got two images open. I've got this one here of my old linen house, and then I've got a capture of the of a scene here with a table and a dust bunny tray. So that being said, um, um, that's how you can switch between um, windows. You can manipulate and open multiple images at once and edit them at once, because they'll open up in this bar right here, bar area right here, and you can switch to them whenever you like. That being said, the next thing that I learned today was to open up the edit preferences menu, and you can do a lot of things in the edit preferences menu to adjust to your workflow. There is a video that showcases quite a few more things that I will be able to do today, and I will enclose it in the description of the video. The only things that I've done, has been to up the minimal number of undo levels. It used to be 5, now I up to 20. Because one of the things that is a good practice is to make sure that you are able to undo as far as you are able to. So I up to 20 just for now. I let everything kind of blank, or to the default as for now. The other thing that I've changed is the icon theme. It used to be, I believe, the symbolic one, which is black and white, and I kind of didn't like that. As well as I'm trying to also learn GIMP as I go and as I make these videos. So I want to match it with what most of the um, what most of the tutorials would have. So I switched it to legacy. And that is what I will be using for the most part. There's also the color one, which produces a much nicer looking icon set. But since that is not used in most videos, we're gonna stick to the legacy one. And there's also the symbolic inverted, which kind of makes it all gray. So we're not gonna go through that, and we're not gonna use that. So the other thing is that what I did is that I changed the icon size. I prefer it nice and big for my tutorials. So especially for my daily use as well. But it used to be small. So you can see it's all really tiny. But for now, unless I decided or there's a better use for it, I'm making it large, and that's the way it's going to go. That's the preferences. There's other stuff that you can use. There's other things you can explore in here. But I'm going to attach again the beginning tutorial that I've been started using, and I'm also gonna as I find more tutorials, I also will be adding things on here. Anyway, so I'm gonna get out of preferences, and we're going to learn how to dock and undock your little palettes right here. There's obviously like different palettes. You've got the tool options, you got your images, which showcases the different images you have here, and you've got the undo history. You got your core pointer brush as well here. All right, so you can manipulate and move things around. You can do the same thing as well for these plates right here, and for these like tools right here. Right, you can look at layers too, RGB layers as well. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to drag around the tool options. So in order to do that, you just left click, hold on to it, don't let go of the mouse, and drag it out. And you can see now that the mouse changed to have a little weird arrow and this box that indicates that you are dragging around the tool options. You can choose to drag it here, drag it here as an option, or drag it here as an option. I'll drag it here, and you can see now as I let go of it that this tool palette moved from here to here. You can also go specifically into this tab and detach the tab, and now you can see two options as a separate floating thing. Now you can also restore it back to the docks by exiting out of it and going back to Windows up here, dockable dialogues, and going to two options. And it'll restore to wherever it might restore by default. It's restored to the top right, so I will just go ahead and move it back to the bottom left. That's generally what I've learned today. We'll learn other things as we go, and I'm going to continue to make these videos. So thank you so much for watching, and see you soon.